If you clicked on this video, then I'm sure you could probably relate to wanting to quit your 9 to 5 job at one point in your life. Having to wake up early every single day and just shoot to a job that you don't enjoy or just isn't paying you enough for the value that you provide. Well, that is currently how I feel, having to wake up every single day to go to a job that I just personally don't really enjoy. And every day that I'm at that job, I constantly think about having my own business and just growing my own income on my own terms. Sometimes all of the effort, the grind, and hustle that we put into our 9 to 5 just doesn't feel rewarding enough, which is going to lead me to the first reason, which often we're just not rewarded for the hard work. So if you guys have a job where you're currently working with other people, you might look around and see that not everybody is putting in the same amount of work. And this is currently how I feel at my job. Since I take on all of the bigger tasks, I take on the most important task. Me personally, I work extremely hard. So if there's assigned a task to the group, I'm gonna be doing majority of the work just because I wanna get it done correctly in the right way. And if I'm doing all of the work, then they're just probably sitting back and just like, okay, he's gonna handle all of the tasks and I'm gonna just chill in the meantime. But I'm pretty sure that most of you can probably relate to a work environment of this type. Not even just that everybody doesn't put in the same amount of work. A lot of the times when you're too good at what you do, it's hard for them to actually give you a different position or even like a promotion. And this is also an effect that I'm going through right now. Since I'm too good of a flooring installer, it's hard for them to put me in sales, since if they were to take me out of that field, then they're not gonna have somebody who does really good quality work. And one of my friends a few years ago literally told me, never be too good at your current job, because you're always gonna get asked to do more. Even if you already go the extra mile, they're still gonna ask for more on top of what you do. And all of the effort and hard work that you're putting into that job or that business, this could be going into your own literal business. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are even willing to go the extra mile at your job. It's just, are you going to be compensated for the value that you're providing? Which leads me into the second reason, which that a lot of us are underpaid. Even if you go the extra mile, like I was saying, you're not going to be rewarded for that extra mile that you go. Your pay is not going to see no change. You're going to see no difference. And even if you were to make the company an extra 1% or 2%, right, and you're not working salary or commission based, imagine how long it's going to take you to actually see that return into your bank account. And like I said before, I end up doing all of the bigger jobs and I don't see no increase in my pay, even though I'm the one doing the hardest work. And on top of that, little raises every year that barely keep up with inflation. This is why I like pay systems that pay based off what you produce and your performance, like commission based or a certain percentage of that job. So that way, guys that are doing the bigger task and making the company more money, they're more willing to go the extra mile and take on all of the bigger tasks. Compared to if everybody gets paid the same, then nobody's going to be willing to actually want to take on the bigger tasks. Why would you when you're going to get paid the same? But yeah, if I were to quit, I would actually have no limit on how much I can make, and I would actually be getting paid for the value that I provide. And real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, drop a like if you're currently thinking about quitting your job, and comment down below, are you actually going to take those steps? Thank you, and let's continue. Moving on to number 3, which is I can control my own life. And what I mean by control my own life is that if I don't have to wake up every single day and go to a job, then I would be able to control my own schedule and actually work on the most important tasks that are actually catered to what I want to do in life and my actual goals. And I would be able to scale my own company or my hustle a lot faster, since I would be moving at my own pace since I set my own schedules. Perhaps this is why I started doing YouTube, because 1, I'm doing something that I love to do, which is talk about finance and growing your income. 2, I can scale my own thing. And 3, I can kind of control how fast my YouTube goes depending on how much effort I put in. Let alone, I would be able to set my own vacation times and when I want to take a break. And I also won't be reliant on a 9 to 5, since I've seen plenty of my friends and people that I know just get fired out of the blue. If you're not reliant on a 9 to 5 to make most of your income, then you pretty much have control of your own life. All right, let's move on to the 4th reason that I think about quitting my job every day, which is I'm going to open up more time to actually work on my YouTube, or essentially to work on my business. Like I said, we spend 8 hours of our day strictly growing somebody else's business. And even when you get off of work, you still have to drive, you still have to shower. And if you got a dog, you have to walk your dog before you can even start working on your own business. So essentially, we have about 4 to 5 hours, depending on when you sleep, obviously, to actually work on our business. Now, just imagine if you were to quit your job and you allocate all of that time that you're wasting at your 9 to 5 to actually grow your own thing. And that's what I think about every single day that I actually wake up to go to work, because I could be making a YouTube video, I could be learning how to edit, I could be learning how to make thumbnails, how to better talk on camera, because 9 hours is a lot of time to actually dedicate to one thing. And if you're gonna dedicate that amount of time to one thing, then it might as well just be something that's actually gonna benefit you a lot more. But I get it, a lot of us aren't in the position to actually just quit our job and actually start our own thing. I understand. Just take advantage of the time that you actually have right now. But just know the less time you have, the more efficient that you're actually gonna have to be to get towards your goal, unless you're willing to push back the set date for your goal. Like I said, there's still a lot of skills that I have to get down with this YouTube thing. And if I were to focus that 9 hours or 8 hours of my 9 to 5 to focusing on those things, then I'm pretty sure by 2 weeks, I can actually just progress so much more in my YouTube. And something that I have in my favor is that I live cheap. I have 6 months of my monthly spendings. I have a sideline cash, and I have over $100,000 in a taxable brokerage account. So meaning I can withdraw at any time. I'm just gonna have to either pay the taxes, but is that okay if I'm gonna progress my life a lot quicker? For some reason, and most of you might even agree, that I'm in the best position to actually start quitting my job and focus strictly on my YouTube. I'm just not comfortable losing my only income right now because I invest daily and I also like to save and just see my bank account growing or my net worth growing. And if I were to quit my job, that money is going to stop. I feel like I can balance right now working and then getting off work and going strictly into YouTube. But like I said, I'm just going to have to maximize my time. But at the back of my head, if I dedicate those 9 to 5 hours to just growing my YouTube, then like who knows how far I would actually be able to get. You guys let me know down in the comments what you actually think, if I should actually quit or just do what I'm doing right now. But moving on to the fifth thing is the labor aspect of working. Even though I'm still young and actually 23, I know I haven't experienced as much work as other people have in their 40s or 50s. But since I played football in the past and I'm currently doing a hard labor job, I feel like my body has taken a beating. I'm also breathing chemicals every single day, and even though that I'm wearing a mask, it's still not enough. Now, something that comes to my mind and I think about often is that what if I get an effect from like breathing in chemicals or concrete dust, and I have an effect to where I'm not gonna be able to live as long? Then would all of this be even worth it? All of the savings, all of the investing, all of everything that I'm doing, would it even be worth it? But yeah, I just feel like every single day that I go to work, I'm actually damaging my life and shortening my life just because I'm around chemicals and concrete and then doing the labor work. So yeah, even though this is the fifth thing that I have on my list, it's kind of one of the biggest reasons that I actually want to quit my job. I would rather just have a job that's more mentally exhausting, where I just have to think about things like YouTube, where I have to come up with video ideas. I have to come up with which edit is going to go where. It's just a lot better than just putting wear and tear on your body each and every single day. And if you guys have a labor job, just think about how your body feels each and every single day, that it's actually taking a beating. And you probably already have an injury that's going to require surgery, or it's going to be permanent. Now, moving on to the sixth reason and the final reason is that you don't make the final decisions. What I mean about this is that a lot of 9 to 5 workers actually get stuck doing a lot of unproductive things. You don't choose what's going to get done. You don't choose whether the job's going to get done correctly. Your boss makes those final decisions. And for those of you like me that actually go to customers' houses and actually work with tools and stuff like that, a lot of the times you don't choose the most efficient tools to make it easier for you. It's the company doing it. And even when you need something ordered, it might not get done if you're reliant on somebody else to order it. You also don't control whether you're going to get a raise or how much of a raise you're going to get. Like, is it going to be inflation or not? And the best way to even think about this is that you're the one doing the hard work and the task. So if you think that something needs to get done, since you're the one actually putting the hands-on work onto it, you still don't get to make the best judgment for the company or you, since all of it is going to go from the boss and he's going to make the final call, even if he's not working on the task. And like I said, you're the one doing all of the work. You're seeing the errors that are happening, and you might even request it and it's still not going to get done. And for me, that is a huge problem, since if I see something that's not working or causing an error, I want to fix it right away. And I just don't like handing that responsibility to somebody else to fix. Now, everything in this video that I talked about is reasons why I think about quitting my job. And I'm pretty sure that most of you can even relate to some of these things that I said in this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you're currently thinking about quitting your job so that way you can start your own thing, because I'm highly thinking about quitting my job so I can do YouTube full time. Now, if you watch this entire video, I got a surprise for you. One of you guys will win $20 if you comment down finance in the comments below. And I really appreciate it if you took the time to actually watch this video, all of the effort and time that I put to make this video. actually just keeps me motivated to keep going and also give back to you guys as well. So yeah, comment down finance below to win $20. Only one person is going to win. And if you guys are interested in how to invest when the market is crashing, it's going to be somewhere where I just pointed at. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys there.